I'm Lauren Bennington. I'm Director of Learning at St Christopher's School in Bahrain. We first heard about Schools BI, I think it was at one of the BSME conferences last year. So we met up with one of the team there and got talking about data and how to visualize. And yeah, that's where we first met. We have a really fantastic digital systems team here who have produced these amazing kind of tracking spreadsheets for each year group. So every reporting cycle, we have these tracking sheets that happen, as well as everything that goes into ISAMs for reporting, you know, all of your reward and conduct and attendance data that's all held in there. And then also all of the different class pages, you know, class spreadsheets that people use for their own individual subjects and so on. So I would say we're quite a data rich school. We've got lots of different data, but it was probably all in different places. And I think that's probably the best way to describe where we were at with our data. Lots of it, but not visualized in a central way. So the onboarding process has been a relatively smooth one. I would say we have quite a lot of complex data. We do multiple pathways in Key Stage 5. So we have our BTEC and A-level and IB diploma. So that's been quite a lot of data for the team to get to grips with, but they've been so supportive the whole way through. And Chloe particularly has been, you know, she's always there with a smile, talking about the complex parts of our data as well. The team's been really, really knowledgeable, and the thing that I've really liked is that they've suggested ways that we can visualize the data that we hadn't perhaps thought of. So we know what we want from our side, but then being able to say, well, actually, it could look better like this, or if you put that graph in, that's not going to work that well, because they understand the data probably more than we do. And the other thing is the team's been very, very responsive. So, you know, we've changed our minds on things as we've gone along, because we just, by the very nature of, oh, actually, we'd like to do it in this way, or we want to add this data in, or that data doesn't quite match, and so on. So they've really helped to pull that together and pull together those different types of data from different places. And they've ended up creating these very different views for different types of user, which is really, really good. So yeah, I would say they've just been very responsive and very patient, and very sort of creative with the things that they've put forward for us. So I think Schools BI is already helping us to just have conversations around data. So where previously we had all these multiple spreadsheets and we didn't necessarily have the kind of the right visualizations of the data, what it does is it allows you to see really clearly the patterns and the trends that are coming through. So we're already starting to have really interesting conversations about individual student progress. We're looking at how past data maps to attainment data, maps to behavior for learning for individual students. But then we're also at class level being able to say, well, you know, are we seeing a trend with a particular class across their subjects in the senior school? Are we seeing a difference in how we are interpreting and understanding our students' needs across different classes? And it's just, yeah, really helping us to have those sort of, I guess, curious conversations about students and student progress. So they provide a really great catalyst for those discussions that we then go away and have. And it means we're all sort of, you know, looking at the same thing. We're all talking about the same thing. We're on the same page when it comes to student progress. So yeah, I think that's what's been the most helpful for us. It's really straightforward to use. So when you get in and you start looking at the data and you can apply your different filters, I think that's just what's been so useful for me and for the senior leadership team as well, is that we can just start to say, well, actually, do these two things go together or do they not go together? And it just then means that you can start to look for trends and so on. So I would just say that the ease of use has just been really fantastic for us.